How do you feel about your wife earning more than you?
As a Nigerian man, right, I've told my wife the reason why it would be difficult for me to move overseas is like if we do move overseas, we'll have the quicker job to earn a lot more than me before I find my feet, right? Before I find my foot. And I don't know how I would take it. So if I'm being honest, I don't want to lie and be like, oh, it's going to be the most comfortable thing. The Nigerian person, the Nigerian-ness in me will find it difficult to live in a house where I feel like, not like I wouldn't accept it if that's the reality, but the thing is, the Nigerian has taught me as a man to constantly work hard, even if it's just 1% more than I'm earning.
So if she's earning more than you would have an issue with it?
I wouldn't have an issue. I will not have an issue that I will speak about it, but internally, I may be disturbed because I will feel...
It affects your ego.
Yes, it affects my ego. I feel like I should be doing better.
This conversation just exposes how much patriarchy conditions men to hate and sabotage the women in their lives. And he kept talking about how it is his Nigerianness that makes him to have this mindset of not wanting his wife to do better than him. But I want to say that it is not peculiar to Nigerian men alone. Although Nigerian men have their own levels, but it's not peculiar to Nigerian men. And why I say that is this. When you go across social media, on every social media platform, you see women coming out with their stories of how, patriarchy has done them dirty. And it is from every culture, from every continent all over the world. None of them is free from the toxicity of patriarchy and how it affects women. So it has nothing to do with Nigerianness. I just wanted to say that. As women, we are raised and conditioned to see marriage as a partnership where we come in to help the man fulfill his dream. And that is what culture and even religion, for the most part, teaches women. They tell us that we are helpers, right? And so because of that, we have to put our dreams on hold. But there's a mistake that we make when we look at men, when we have that conversation of partnership with men. We tend to think that partnership is really what it means. No, we are partnering with them to help them in their dream. That's what they're expecting. But we women, we are partnering with them with our whole heart, thinking that we have a partner that will help us to fulfill our own dreams. And so that's where I see that miscommunication. And then women are explaining, oh, I expect you. See how I show up for you. I want you to do this. But the man is not hearing you because his conditioning has stuffed his ear with very thick wax. So all he's hearing is, how dare you tell me to partner with you to make your dream come alive? What happens to my own dream? My dream is all that matters. You came into this relationship because you are supposed to put down your dream. Why are you telling me that I should now be investing in your dream when my dreams, are not done? And so you can see many men out there, they can invest in you, train you in school, encourage you, you get a job, they help you to write CVs, sponsor you to come abroad and everything. But once you begin to excel and shine more than them, then they feel threatened. And the question becomes, why? At the end of it all, it boils down to that notion a woman is supposed to be under me. And we see that even growing up, you will see children go to school and come back, and let's say a girl came first in the class. Most of the boys there will hear from their parents, how dare you let a girl come first? Does she have two heads? And so that is it. So even if you think, oh, I have a relationship, you think you are in a good space. It is when you begin to shine and they feel like you are outshining them, that is when that jealousy, that monstrosity will show up, and you'll be so shocked. And the interesting thing is that an average woman who has thus far had a good relationship with the husband, when she starts doing better, she's not thinking that she's better than him. She's looking into how she can contribute more to the family and make sure that all of them go to a higher level. But unfortunately, that's not how a lot of men see it. But my point is this: if you are in a soccer team and you feel like all of you in that team, you have skills, your skills are solid, this one is a striker, this one is a defender, this, that. If only one person scored the 3 goals that made you to qualify for the World Cup or whatever, are you going to feel threatened and say, oh, why? How dare he shine? Didn't all of us stay in the camp together? Didn't all of us train together? I even trained more than him. Even when they finish and go back, I stay back and train. No, you understand that it is team effort. But because the majority of men have been trained to think that women are beneath them, you can't be on a team with them. They can bring you on their team to work for them, but they are not teammates with you. How dare you think they are your mates? And he's saying the silent part aloud, right? A lot of men will not say it out clearly, but their actions will show you. But he's basically saying, my ego matters more to me than the possibility of my wife being the instrument through which our family will be elevated. So I'd rather stay in a mediocre level, even if going abroad is what my family needs, even if it is our best option to help us to achieve our goals and dreams, just because my wife will start shining before me. Not that I cannot catch up later, but just because she will get a job and will likely start doing better than me first, then it's something that I am uncomfortable with. That is so scary. Who needs an enemy when the person that you're staying with in your house sees you as a threat? And this jealousy that we're talking about in relationships between couples shows up on different levels. Some keep their wives pregnant year in, year out, so she cannot even have time to chase her dream. She's just always sick, throwing up, carrying babies, changing diaper. Others will say, oh, it's only fresh food that I eat. And so the woman will live in the kitchen. She's always cooking, bringing down, just so that her man will be happy. Some will say that, I don't do house chores. They will just not participate in house chores so that you will keep working and working, and at the end of it all you are so tired you don't even have time to think about your dreams, not to talk of looking outside to go and find something to do with your life. Some will say that they want their wives to be stay-at-home wives, and even if his income is not enough to take care of the family, the average man out there will be like, I don't care, just stay here. Whatever I give you, you manage it as a good wife. Good wives know how to manage 200 naira and cook a big pot of okra soup, right? So my point is this: don't get so carried away that you're trying to contribute to a partnership that you are in. Meanwhile, the person you think you are partnering with doesn't consider you as a partner. Not every man will come out publicly and say, this is what I am thinking. So if you realize that you have been a helper all these years, but you don't have a helper, it's time for you to begin to readjust your life. Pour more into your own cup. Pour more into your own self before you start thinking of how to help that person. Because who will help you if you don't help yourself? Even when you go into an airplane, they will tell you, oh, if this plane is about to crash, before you help anybody, draw down the oxygen mask, put on yourself first before you even help your children or any other person. Because if you are passed out, how will you know what to do, right? So if your cup is not full, you cannot pour into another person. More especially, you can't keep pouring into somebody that is not willing to pour into you. You will just live a life of regret, because at the end of it all, you will see that he has gone so far and he will tell you how you are an illiterate or how you are not up to his level. And even that position you think you have in his life will become something that is questionable. You can be kicked out at any point in time. So think about it and do whatever you think is best for you. Thanks for watching.